Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, August 7th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi. That was Lala's tail right before we started. She decided to jump right here. And our energy mantra for today is, I find my balance through self-love. So right before this horoscope, which I have been trying to record multiple times, I was sitting outside, conversing with nature, grounding in, trying to support my nervous system in and through all of these energies and feel through everything that's going on. And what popped into my head was the question, cat fur up my nose, what do I need right now to practice self-love? And that is the question that I think will be really powerful to ask ourselves through this Venus and Libra transit that we're moving through, and through this Uranus retrograde and Taurus transit that we begin to move through today. What do I need right now to practice self-love? Now, my answer was to come in and do the horoscope, because when I do horoscopes, so much insight comes in and it really helps me guide my life. I miss it when I don't do it. So that's what I needed to do in order to find my balance within myself at this time. You obviously will have a different answer, but this is something to ask yourself daily, multi-daily, which means multiple times a day, in and through these transits. So before we dig into Uranus retrograde, let's just take a peek at the dates. My handy dandy little notebook. Taurus is retrograde all the way through January 6th, 2019. From now until November 6th of 2018, it is retrograde in Taurus. As of November 6th, it will retrograde into Aries. At that point, we will dig into what those lessons are. But for now, this is a pulling in. Any retrograde is a return to your center, a return within, for ultimately, I think, some breakthrough. Breakthrough when it comes to our worth. Breakthrough when it comes to our talents and gifts. I think there's going to be some level of breakthrough when it comes to production, when it comes to how we make our money. That's a very interesting one. But right now, I think where it really starts is at the 2 degree, which is where Uranus is going retrograde. Nurturing the worth, nurturing ourself, nurturing the yin, nurturing that Venus energy. There may be a little bit of nurturing the earth as well that could go on. My friend Sarah Sutherland is really, really amazing, and she talks so often about the forest arts and how going into the forest can reconnect us with so many parts of ourselves, including the yin. So reconnecting to the earth, beyond supporting your nervous system in and through these energies, that may support you in bringing forth the mystery of the feminine to the surface. That, to me, is what this retrograde is ultimately about. Now, there's no coincidences in astrology. Like this, as I see these patterns unfold, I've said this so many times, it's so obvious to me. There's this divine plan that's going on, that's unfolding these energies. The divine plan at this time is yin all the way. Between Venus moving through Libra, really strengthening that energy and hopefully strengthening our relationship with the yin energy, and with this retrograde that's asking us to pull within and nurture within and practice the self-love and bring self-love to our worth, we're being strengthened in and through these energies, and this is needed. And that's one of the things that came up is actually another interesting connection that's happening today is Venus and Libra trining Mars retrograde in Aquarius. Mars is about to return to Capricorn, but before it does, it's meeting up with Venus. And with this, I said, let the feminine be the strength. Let the unknown empower you rather than scare you. And that works on all 3 levels. With that connection of Venus and Mars, with this Uranus retrograde in Taurus, with Venus in Libra, can you let the feminine, your feminine essence, your intuition, your feelings, your moving in time with cycles rather than moving in time with the plans of the rest of the world, let that be your strength. Be empowered and excited by the unknown energy. I will remind you, and I had a very strong lesson in this myself, the better it gets, the better it gets. Now, there were different places that we could have moved to during this time that did not feel right. And we were desperate, and my brother was pushing, and we almost took those opportunities. But the universe, if we did take any of those, was like, nope, nope, this isn't for you. We had to be part of the divine plan, which was not part of the societal norm plan of what was going on. And we ended up in this beautiful, amazing naturey place that serves us both so well. The better it gets, the better it gets. Connect to the unknown. Know from your place of worth that you will not be left behind. You will not be forsaken. This is a time to work on these energies. This is a time to connect in with that feminine energy. This is a time to bring forth your personal art, your personal creativity, and let this be birthed in and through you. Now, it's very interesting. Mars will be retrograde, handy dandy notebook, until August 27th. So we have another month. Yeah, okay, 3 weeks of math, what is that? Of this Mars retrograde, where the yang energy is taking this back seat to let the wild yin, the rushing of this energy, come forth. Look, it's all here in the cards. Here's the King of Cups in reverse, and here we are in the patience and in the unknown, rushing into the light, rushing into the beauty that we want to live. I have my Rumi book because I was like, God, I so feel Rumi in this energy. And that's one of my favorite Rumi verses. Let the beauty you love be what you do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. That's what this energy is about, bringing forth in and through us. Can you allow that in your life? Can you allow the beauty you love to be what you do? Can you bring that forth? This is the other level in which things are so happening right now. The Leo level, which is tuning us into our heart. So it's like connecting the heart with the feminine essence. The feminine essence in the physical body, whether it is in a yin or yang body, it is the hara or the womb energy, and it is lower energy. It is connected to root chakra, even more so sacral chakra, connecting those energies with the heart and letting those energies drive us forward. We may not know exactly what's going on. We may not have the consciousness, and yet that gut intuition is working and moving us forward. Get excited and empowered by the unknown, because the better it gets, the better it gets, and really good things can happen for you. Your work in this, find your balance through self-love. Your work in this, find your balance through knowing your worth. Really focusing, working your worth, doing what you need to physically do to nurture your self-love, nurture your self-worth in and through this time. And you will keep moving forward into some really beautiful, harmonious birthing results coming forth in and through this time. Now, on a practical level, Uranus retrograde is like a Mercury retrograde. So there will be that, and that may feel intense in and through this. It usually just kind of is very intense at the very beginning, and then it kind of evens out, because obviously Uranus retrograde is much longer than an individual Mercury retrograde. Be patient with technology, but even more so, be patient with your inner technology, your nervous system. I do notice my nervous system gets so stirred up. I think the Earth's nervous system also gets stirred up in and through this, especially with Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is that energy that does connect to Earth as well as Venus. So Earth may go through some of her own nervous system changes. This is why we want to connect to nature, to the trees. If you've ever seen a picture of like the human nervous system and like tree with its branches and roots, it looks the same. So this is a call to root in as part of your work, to know the worth of the earth in supporting you in your work. I like that. That was a lot of rhyming. Is there anything else that I really want to talk about in and through this time? I do. We are also building into a connection between Uranus and Venus. days down the road. And that, to me, is going to feel very strong, very, I hope, empowering when it comes to the worth of the yin. And again, this isn't about females taking over the world, because it's not about that. This is about a breakthrough for yin energy that has been misunderstood and misused and not used, completely not used at times, in the recent millennial history. Like, it's been a while. And so she's returning. But we must honor this energy, and we must honor this energy, again, within ourselves, whether yin, yang bodies, or anywhere on the spectrum. Honor your yin. Let this energy come forward. Work with the unknown. Work with what you're birthing. Work with what you want in your life. Work with your worth. Nurture your self-love practices, and you will sail through these energies. All right, so what is happening besides that? Besides that, these electrical energies are going to keep working us. We are building into a connection between the sun and Mercury, and that sun and Mercury are part of this yod that's also kind of working us into this eclipse that we're building into this Saturday. So that yod energy, it's pointing us at the Leo. Self-love, all over the astro right now, practicing that self-love, releasing ourselves from old structures, old foundations, old formats, old rules, old shoulds that do no longer serve us, do not feel right, and releasing ourselves from karmic, ancient, past life energies that have been exhausting us. How many of you are carrying the weight of the world through your ancestry, through these past life memories and energies, that it's time to release? This is a time, through your self-love, through your self-worth, to ask the universe what it is that you need to release. And through this eclipse that's coming, and this time building up into this next eclipse, do your best to release those energies. Your mind may try to get in the way. Keep sinking into the heart. The heart is where the wisdom is for you in and through this. And that is, again, that and the practice of self-care that will move you through. Let's see, moon. Moon shifting into Cancer. So the moon shifting into Cancer, this is the sign before the moon in Leo energy that we're going to be having, the eclipse in energy, or eclipse in Leo energy that we're going to be having. So we're building into the dark of the moon, which means shadow energy is going to come up. The moon in Cancer is definitely going to have us feeling the feels. This is such a powerful time to release. There is so much that is contained in a tear, so much data that's contained in a tear. Do not hold back your tears. Please allow these energies to flow. You may think that it's just about the situation that it's in, but chances are it's much deeper. And if you do not know what's going on, all the better. You do not have to know what's going on. Embrace the power of the unknown, but let it come up and out, because it's clearing the path for something even more beautiful at this time to come forth and come around. Let's see, the moon will square Venus right after that shift. Venus in Libra. I think this is going to be one of the things with Venus and Libra that we really have to be aware of. Sometimes we want the things to look pretty. Sometimes we want the things to look harmonious. Do not get stuck in that. Allow your emotions to come through. It doesn't have to look pretty. I know I said that earlier this year. It doesn't have to look pretty. You just have to show up for the process that's asking you to come up. What do I need to do right now to practice self-love? You may need to cry your eyes out right now to practice self-love, and that is okay. So please allow your personal process. I opened up to a page in my Rumi book, and it is just a quote actually from Coleman Barks. He translated this Rumi book, and it says, Rumi says, we've been walking in the surf, holding our robes up when we should be diving naked under and deeper still. That's the essence of this energy. Diving under, naked, deeper still, into the feelings, into our worth, into self-care, into the self-love practices. Again, these are the things that are going to help us through, and the things that will take us into that state where the better it gets, the better it gets. I have little markers in this book. This is my second copy of this book. An ex-boyfriend stole my other copy, but I had like so many of these little tabs. But I was like, what's on this tab? And I opened it up and I was like, oh, this is perfect too. The drum sound rises on the air. It's throbbed my heart. A voice inside the beat says, I know you're tired, but come, this is the way. I know you are tired. I know this energy is intense. I know we would all like a break. The break's going to happen when you embrace the unknown instead of trying to control and dictate. That is the old, the old energy of the young. We are going to go through that and go deeper into that when Mercury retrogrades into Capricorn. But for now, do your best to let that go and fully embrace the moment. This is a great time. Our times require furious dancing, putting on an unknown piece of music that you've never heard. Maybe something like, look up, powerful drum beat or something on YouTube. Put that on and see what kind of moves comes out of you. That's fully embracing the yin and the unknown, and that will shift so much in and through you. So I think this is long enough, so I'm not going to pull any more cards. Besides that, you can book a reading with me if you would like any support with your personal process right now. Half an hour for $55. If you would like anything else or any other readings, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com, or for that reading, do that as well. Joe has readings as well. He is very psychic and very gifted, so you can email me for that as well. Actually, I'm going to post his email address down below, agentoflight222@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. And there is enough love in the world for you. Please remember that as you practice your self-love, self-worth energies. Namaste.